Hello, welcome to my review of the Mitochondria and Drainage Jumpstart program from Dr. Peter Kahn. This review is going to be done in the following order. First, what is it, what's in it, and finally, how I did. So let's start from the top. What is it? The Mitochondria and Drainage Jumpstart program is a 6-week program where I learn strategies to improve mitochondria functioning for increased cellular energy and to open drainage pathways to facilitate detoxification. It is part of the larger Neurometabolic integration digital program created by renowned functional medicine practitioner Dr. Peter Kahn. It is the same clinical roadmap that he has dedicated over a decade of research to and uses in his own practice to manage complex chronic conditions. And I am currently using this roadmap as well. If I'm using it to map my way from sick and housebound to well and thriving. And you can see this in action if you click on my weekly updates. It's on the whiteboard behind me. Next, what's in it? This 6-module course takes place over a period of 6 weeks with weekly coaching calls and access to Dr. Kahn's forum for extra support. Here's what the course looks like. Once I purchased it, I had access to all of this information indefinitely. Every week, a new module opens and I was able to work through at my own pace before the weekly coaching calls. Downloads of the presentation deck and assessments are included to track your progress, which I personally found both incredibly convenient and rewarding because many times with complex chronic illness, it's hard to know where you have and hadn't made any progress because everything is so complicated. So the assessments and everything I think were a really nice touch. A lot of valuable information is included in the weekly coaching calls. During them, you are able to interact with Dr. Kahn directly to ask questions. A library of past coaching calls is also available with this program. 5 supplements are recommended from CellCore: KL Support, Biotoxin Binder, Drainage Activator, BC ATP, and CT Minerals. This was my introduction to CellCore products. Before this program, I had never tried a single one of their products. Since then, I've tried quite a number of them, and I have to say that I have yet to find a CellCore product that doesn't do exactly what it says it's going to do. So far in my experience, I've found that they make a really great product. The brilliant part about this program, in my opinion, is the focus on basic human physiology to support your overall health. This concept is so important, but for some unknown reason, it's completely missing in our current medical landscape, which is absolutely insane. In this program, I improve metabolic functioning by focusing on improving circulation, blood sugar regulation, and also opening the drainage pathways in the bowels, liver, kidneys, gallbladder, and skin. There's an emphasis on making lifestyle changes to support your overall health. And I also learned some really useful tools like breathing exercises and sleep and stress management stuff. I did need to make a few extra purchases to complete this program though. Nothing crazy. An infrared thermometer, pulse oximeter with PI, and a blood pressure cuff. Next, how I did. I think to fully understand how I did in this program, I need to talk for just a minute about where I was before I started. I was a hot mess. I was not good. I was housebound and extremely sick from rather intensive medical treatment for roughly 5 years. About a year before I started the program, I found out I had Lyme disease, which I had been treating with herbals, but the die-off had made me extremely toxic, which was evident in my lab work. I was too sick to do any meaningful exercise because every time I tried, I'd end up setting off my chronic fatigue syndrome and then be wiped out for days, if not weeks, at a time. This program helped me by again working with my own physiology to improve drainage, stabilize my blood sugar, and improve mitochondria function. You know, this is the first time I've ever done a program like this, and when I say program like this, I mean a program that I can do at my own pace, at home, that isn't dependent on any kind of diagnosis. It was also the first time that I had ever even heard about improving mitochondria function or opening drainage pathways. But as I worked through this program, I learned very quickly how important those things are, especially when you're dealing with complex chronic illness or any illness at all. Here's a snippet of my lab work before the program. As you can see, my ALT is elevated to 39, which made me feel ill to the point that it was honestly incredibly scary because I could feel that there was something really major going on with me, that if I didn't address it like very soon. It was going to end up putting me in the hospital, or at least that's what it felt like at the time. Here are my labs after the course. As you can see, my ALT decreased significantly to 16, leaving me feeling light years better than before I started. My blood sugar also improved. As you could see here, my fasting glucose before this program was at 96. I have been struggling with blood sugar issues really since the rough and tough part of my healing journey back in 2017. And to be honest with you, it could have been way before that and I just didn't know. It usually came back around 100, putting me in the pre-diabetes range. After this program and adding a supplement called berberine to my regimen, it improved. As you can see here, my fasting glucose dropped to 86, which was an absolutely amazing victory and accomplishment for me because I cannot tell you how stubborn my blood sugar issues were. Overall, I really had good results from this program, but I will warn you, it is incredibly challenging. It's challenging because you're going to be pushed to exercise probably when you feel like doing anything but, as long as that anything but includes laying in bed and resting. But, as I said before, I had such a hard time when I would try to exercise on my own. But during the coaching calls, I had the chance to talk to Dr. Kahn, and I told him, I keep wiping myself out. So he gave me a different target heart rate to stick with. And as long as I didn't go above that, I was able to get some meaningful exercise in, which that makes all the difference in the world, whether you're sick or not. We're meant to move around. In closing, I really did have great results from this program, and I highly recommend it, especially if you're dealing with any complex chronic illness, or maybe you've just been sedentary for a while. All right, thank you for joining me.